Come on. Come on.
Mr. Roland, we're glad to have you on Prime this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Kum, for inviting me. And it's always a pleasure coming back here. And I really want to congratulate you and your team for the amazing job so far. It's quite impressive. So it's really an honor for me. And I don't want to take this opportunity for granted. Thank you for inviting me.
So if you are watching us from across the globe, my advice to you this evening is to take a pen and a paper to take down notes that are going to change your life as a family head, as the mother of the house, as the father of the house, as the church leader, as the Njangi leader, as the association leader. This program is for you. Wherever you find yourself as a leader, or maybe you have those qualities in you without knowing, today follow this program meticulously, take down notes, and please meditate on whatever is going to be said out here today. Mr. Roland, I have asked these questions severally to you, that Africa is said to be, I don't know, the bedrock of civilization.
Yep.
Civilization started in Egypt,
Yes.
that is in Africa.
Yes.
And Africa is so endowed with so much resources. How do we explain where we are today?
Mr. Kum, you are trying, I mean, you are addressing the issue on the African paradox. That's how we call it.
Yes.
The African paradox.
Mhm.
It means we are very rich in terms of natural resources. We are also rich in our history, because I think everything started here. It has been demonstrated by the science called Egyptology. But when we look at what is happening around us, I don't think we are the best so far. And it's very important for us as leaders to be truthful to ourselves. So the African paradox is something that has been in my mind for the past 15, 20 years. Well, I still remember as JCI president, my meeting with the Dalai Lama. It was November 10, 2010 in Osaka in Japan. And I asked him the question, what could be his understanding? Could he give me an explanation on this paradox? We are the richest continent in terms of natural resources, but unfortunately we are the poorest in terms of development. You know, these spiritual leaders, they have a way of behaving. They will never answer directly the question. They will question you, and at the end of the day, you will have the answer by yourself. So I still remember it. The conversation turned around the three terms. You know, we recited in primary school. We were talking about the past, the present, and the future. So one of the explanations is that, you know, we as Africans, we don't really know our history. So the past is not very known. When we talk about our history, it's a history of 200 years, you know, slavery, independent colonialism, HIV. So it's a very recent history, which is not a powerful history. But our history is 1,000 years even before Christ. So we should know that history. And it is important for us to know the past. You know, the knowledge of the past will now help us to better understand the challenges that we are currently facing. And when we have a better understanding of the challenges we are facing at the present, we can address them better. And if we address them very efficiently and in a very relevant way, then we can now talk about the future. So you see, it is linked. The past, the present, and the future. And if you look very well, we are missing something, our history. We don't know our roots. It's like a tree. A tree is beautiful. You can see it there, but if you want to destroy a tree, you know what you do, Mr. Kum? Just attack the roots. If the roots are destroyed, then the tree will die. And I think we should come back to the drawing board, to the foundation. And I think where we are missing is our history, is our past.
It's our history, our past, but the resources are there.
Yes.
We have oil, we have timber, we have cobalt, we have almost everything.
Everything.
Yes, but why can't we translate that to living the lives that we all dream of?
Now you come down to what is crucial, and that has been my passion. I think it's about the leadership.
Okay.
So I think the greatest challenge that the continent has been facing for many, many years. I mean, I think we have a serious issue with leadership. Some will say poor leadership, some will say deficit of leadership. But let us make it simple. The leadership has not been outstanding, and we are paying it cash. It is in the Bible, clearly said, men without vision shall perish. And there is no leadership without vision. And when we talk about vision, there is this VIA model that I use a lot in my trainings. It is important for our leaders. And when we talk about leaders, not just the political leaders, I mean all the ecosystem, the corporate leaders, the civil society leaders, the political government leaders. It is important for those leaders to have a clear vision where they want to take their various organizations. Number one, vision. Number two, how inspiring, I think, and that's where we have really, really failed. Inspiration here is not just about speeches. It's making sure that we lead by example. We say what we do what we say. And last but not the least is action. We should stop being lazy. You know, we sleep a lot. You remember, Mr. Kung, we have known ourselves for many years. I keep saying this to the young people that I train or the managers that we work together. We shouldn't sleep more than 5 hours a day. We have a whole continent to build, which is my signature. We have definitively a whole continent to build. And if we want to build this continent, it will be essentially on hard work. Now, there are external factors. And I don't think we should keep, in my first book, I spoke about the ABC syndrome. We should stop accusing, blaming, and complaining. You know, if we said, okay, our organization are not performing because, you know, the colonial master, because, which is not like totally wrong, but we cannot just stand on that and not underperform and keep accusing others why we are not performing. I think we should be more solution oriented than excuses oriented. And this is something that we really need to take on. So my understanding and my little understanding about why we are where we are is because of the poor leadership.
Poor leadership is the reason why we are where we are. Who is a leader, Mr. Roland? That is also very crucial.
Oh my God, Mr. Kum. Yeah, I would have loved the televiewers to define. Just ask them to send you answers. Who is a leader? Okay. Now, in the common person, the street or following us, we say, okay, the leader is the president, the minister, the GO, the governor, the general manager, the publisher, the business promoter. All these are titles. They are not leaders. You know, don't make. Sometimes we have confusion between titles, function, and leadership. So I personally define a leader as anyone. I precise again, anyone who has a vision, who inspires, motivates, has a huge influence, positive influence on people, but at the ultimate definition, who is at the service of others. So there is no leadership without service. If you ask me to define who is a leader, I would say a leader is a servant.
Okay, a leader is a
Come on.